Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to yet another Monday Juice video. And if you don't know what this is the Juicy channel. And if you are new up in here, please don't forget to subscribe. I love you. And if you are a family member, hello Mdase, thank you for the continuous support. I love you even more. So guys, when I woke up this morning, I don't know how your Monday was, but mine was not very pleasing. When I woke up this morning, my spirit was so down. I didn't know what to do. I honestly did not want to get out of bed or get out of the room. I felt like staying in a dark room and just being up in my feels, guys, because it was not cute. It was not cute. So, but anyway, I had to sing like songs that uplift my spirit and sort of ask God, please, please lift my spirit. It's a Monday, it's a fresh start, it's a new week. And I sang songs like what's this? The Tula Moya Wam by Sfiso Ngwane, which simply means be still my spirit. And I sang, I don't know who sings the song, but it says Umoya wam uyakudinga wena sindisi wam hlala nami lishoni lila umoya wam. Oh, that is so out of tune, but never mind that. We're not about that today. So today our video is titled Discover Your Purpose. I'm here to tell you that as the week begins, as the year heads towards the end, in fact, we are at the end, you need to discover your purpose. Because guys, just like how today I did not have anyone to motivate and lift my spirit, and I had to do it by myself, life just be like that. Sometimes you have to figure things out all by yourself, because it's not every day that you will have people, and it's not every day that people are going to understand your struggle. So discovering your purpose. Okay, so I chose this topic because I have realized this is something I went through. Guys, never mind the noise, it's my housemates, bear with me. So I have gone through this, and I know it's not a cute road to go through. I have been in a situation whereby I did not have no purpose, or better yet, I did not know what my purpose was, right? And this happens, guys, to many of us. This happens, and we tend to take it for granted. And you could be 40 years old and you still don't know what your purpose on earth is. I've seen it. Adults don't have it all figured out sometimes as well. And you could be 18 years old and you don't have it figured out. And you could literally be 10 years old and have it all figured out, because that's just the life we live in. We grow at different paces, our journeys are different, and God's purpose and plans for our lives are completely different. So today I just want to say, I'm here to say, try and discover the reason why God created you, the reason why God could not create Anele and decided to create Anezwa. Just discover why God chose to create you as an individual, and why he sort of said it is you who is going to go through the journey of life and not anybody else. Right, so let's just get a quick scripture from Proverbs. That is Proverbs chapter 19 verse 21. It reads as follows: many are the plans in the person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. Guys, this scripture says many are the plans in the man's heart, because in all honesty, we have plans, we have desires, we have needs, we have wants. But then the scripture is just here to say, my lady, my nigger, you might have all those plans, but in all honesty, it is God's plan and will and purpose that will forever prevail over your life. Because remember, when God created you, it was not for yourself. He created you for himself. It is what it is. God created us to use us for his purpose, for his own mission and his own goal. And it is of great importance that as we go through our journey of life, if we have any plans, any desires, any purpose that we would like to follow, then let us just ensure that it is aligned. That's rule number one. Ensure that your plan and your purpose is forever aligned with God's purpose for your life. Because if not, God is going to do everything in his power by all means to ensure that you are where he wants you to be. Because remember, he created you for his purpose. Because remember, he is a jealous God. Because remember, he is a God that is able to do abundantly and above all that we could possibly ask for. So I just want to say, if you want to accomplish something in your life or you want to do something, always consult God. Always pray to God. I saw something today that said, tell God, because he won't screenshot it. It is true, guys. Always pray to God. Talk to God. Make God your friend. And in that way, you will always know which direction he wants you to head for. You will always know which direction he wants you to take. If today's video is a little bit dark, forgive me. But anyway, it's about the message, right? Not how I look. And then it goes on to, let's just check out Luke chapter 7 verse 30. It says, but the Pharisees and the experts in the law rejected God's purpose for themselves because they had not been baptized by John. How many times have we all rejected the will of God or God's purpose because we thought our will and our purpose was way bigger than the one that God has destined us for, or we thought, God's purpose and will is way too great, and we underestimated ourselves and thought, no, it should be something a little bit lower than what we are given. How many times did God say, this is where I want you to go? And you said, God, I'm definitely not taking that direction. This is the direction that I'm taking. And this has happened to me, guys. And this has happened to me. Where God said, this is where you are going. I was like, fam. Fam. This is where I'm going. But you know what? God does everything in his power to ensure that you are directly where he wants you to be. A great example, when I was in matric, I had no plan, no purpose, no way of moving forward. And I was not a dreamer. I was not those kids who dreamed, guys. I didn't dream driving a Range Rover. I didn't dream having stuff or owning stuff. I was just all about enjoying the moment, enjoying the now, and let the future take care of itself. And I was very worried. Guys. I was very anxious and worried when now I had to actually leave school because I had no plan. I had nothing figured out, and I was like, okay, you know what? I just want to be in school. But the greatest thing was that I actually thought I was going to die after matric. And now it's been how many years after matric, and I'm still very much alive. On my way to KZN, because I was going to be studying at UKZN the following year, on my way there, I kept thinking, you know what, this taxi is definitely going to roll over, because I don't have a picture of my life away from home. I don't have a picture of my life after high school. So this might be it. This is definitely it. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I've got nothing figured out. I'm definitely going to the grave. And you know what God says? Oh, girl, you ain't going nowhere. He said, I ain't going nowhere, and that is probably why I'm still very much alive. You know, throughout that journey, I decided to sleep, guys. I was like, let me just sleep through this journey to KZN, because probably by the time I wake up, I'll probably be in heaven. I was like, I'm gonna have a peaceful death. I'm gonna die in my sleep, and that's just about it. But guys, here I am, and I've never been more driven. I've never been more excited about life. I've never been more willing to try new things, explore life. Things I didn't have then. But you know what? God had to first put me through the furnace. He had to grill me, because I almost said damn oh damn, but I'm not going to say God oh God. Because after matric, guys, my life, it went down. In fact, let me just do this. It went all the way down before God picked me up again, and he literally showed off. You know, God, guys, I went through a lot. And I think that was my part where God was saying, okay, let's just take a U-turn. Let's just change direction. You are so lost, you don't know what hit you. And that is what God's gonna do for you. He did for me. He's definitely gonna do it for you, unless of course you were a strong individual in terms of everything, better than I was, because in honest truth, I grew more spiritually when I was in KZN. Not so much academically, but definitely spiritually. I don't regret it. Apologies to my parents for their money. Guys, they paid my fees, and it absolutely did not work out for me that side. But I can rest assure you, nothing was ever a mistake. It is always part of God's will, and he knew I was gonna get lost, and he was gonna find me somewhere, somehow. So let's get another scripture. This is a famous scripture. This is literally one scripture that will tell you that whether you like it or not, if you are not in God's will, stop wasting your time. Pray to God, consult God, and find your purpose. It's Jonah chapter 1 from verse 1. It reads as follows. The word of the Lord came to Jonah, son of Amittai, or something. Guys, some words I might not be able to pronounce. It says, verse 2, go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it, because its wickedness has come up before me. But Jonah ran away from the Lord and headed to Tarshish. Okay. He went down to Joppa, where he found a ship bound for that port. After paying the fare, he went aboard and sailed for Tarshish to flee from the Lord. Then the Lord sent a great wind on the sea, and such a violent storm arose that the ship threatened to break up. All the sailors were afraid, and each cried out to their God. Right. Each cried out to his own God, and they threw the cargo in the sea, lightened the ship, but Jonah had gone below deck, where he lay down and fell into deep sleep. The captain went to him and said, how can you sleep? Get up and call on your God. Maybe he will take notice of us, so that we will not perish. Then the sailors said to each other, come, let us cast lots to find out who is responsible for this calamity. They cast lots, and the Lord fell on Jonah. So they asked him, tell us, who is responsible for making all of this trouble for us? What kind of work do you do? Where do you come from? What is your country, and what people are you? He answered, I am a Hebrew. I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land. This terrified them, and they asked, what have you done? They knew he was running away from the Lord, because he had already told them so. The sea was getting rougher and rougher, so they asked him, what should we do to make the sea calm down for us? Pick me up and throw me into the sea, he replied, and it will be calm. I know that it is my fault that this great storm has come upon you. Yeah. Okay. It goes on, guys. I'm not gonna read all of it because it's a little bit long, but it goes on to say that they then decided that no, they were not gonna throw Jonah into the sea because it was not human for them to do that. But after some time, they could tell that the sea or the storm was not coming down. So they then cried out to God yet again, to the Lord, and they were like, Lord, please don't hold the action that we are about to do against us. Please don't cast us out. Please don't make us pay for what we are about to do to this man. And immediately they carried Jonah and threw him into the sea. Everything was calm. Right. Everything was calm, and they then had a peaceful journey while Jonah was swallowed by a fish, and inside the stomach of the fish he began to talk to God. He began to but then eventually that fish spit him off exactly where God told him to go and preach his word. Now, I need you to note a couple of things for me. One, whenever you disobey God, whenever you go to a direction that God has not called you for, it will never affect you alone. It will definitely affect the people around you, one way or the other. Because remember, Jonah's disobedience made everybody else suffer from that storm, something that could have been avoided, because he was one of the fortunate ones who were informed on what their purpose was or what their mission was, but he chose to disobey. And their disobedience to the Lord affected everybody else around them. Right. Oh my God, this video is getting long. Secondly, you need to note that Jonah knew for a fact that what he was doing is the cause of the storm and the calamity, but he just fell into deep sleep, guys, and let the others deal with it. He let the others deal with it. But then I like the fact that the moment they asked him, say, and then you should be praying to your God, he knew the answer. He knew what needed to be done for him to do exactly what God wants, right? And this is literally, this is literally me here to say to you today, God will always have his way, whether we like it or not, whether you like it or not. And I just want to say, don't be like Jonah. If you are one of the lucky ones and you, like I was saying, if you're one of the lucky ones and you have discovered your purpose, or God has communicated your purpose with you, please don't be like Jonah. Please follow the Lord's path and follow God's will, because it will be chaotic when he's taking you back to where you are supposed to be. And if you are like me, you took time, or you are still in the process of discovering your purpose, please consult God, trust God for the great journey ahead, and lean on him always. Guys, I love you and thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That is the Juicy Naile channel. And please don't forget to like this video and share it with your loved ones. And don't forget to hit on that notification bell. I love you and thank you for watching. And check me out on my social media platforms. On Instagram, I am Juicy Naile. And on Facebook, I am Buleng Naile. On Twitter, I don't really use Twitter, guys, but on Twitter, I'm Juicy Naile. I love you. Mwah.